count me in. And I'll do a regular show. Good afternoon. You're listening to 895themix.com. The people's voice, the people's choice. 895themix.com, the place you go for personal conversations, business information, and spiritual inspiration. 895themix.com.
Awesome. First live show on Facebook Live.
Yes. Caught me off guard there, the first live show.
Feels a little bit different.
Yeah, it does.
Okay.
It does.
Okay.
This is where we normally record our morning shows, but things have happened this afternoon that's prompted us to want to do a live afternoon show.
Yes, something very interesting.
Have you ever had someone say to you that they want to work with you, and you say, okay, well, great, so what do you do? And then they say to you, here, go to my website and you'll learn what I do.
So, like, maybe they're not an entrepreneur. Maybe they're a teacher because they're giving me homework.
Yes, they give you homework. And why don't you pick up their laundry while you're out?
No, thank you. I'm not interested.
Or even, what do you do? Check out my LinkedIn profile. Okay.
I got that one today.
You got that one today.
Yeah,
Check out my LinkedIn profile instead of just simply answering the question of what do you do?
Hey, Charlie Giles.
Well, the title of this is, are you a secret agent?
Yeah.
Now, secret agent is a term that I use to describe people who are in business but won't tell other people that they're in business.
And is it that they won't, or they just paid a tremendous amount of money for their websites and they're just excited about sharing that? What do you think it is?
Either they won't, so they paid a tremendous amount of money for the website and they're excited about sharing that, or they don't know how.
They don't know how.
The challenge is, are you hard to work with, or are you easy to work with? Here's another one that kills me. Hey, Brian, I need you to pay for my services. Okay, great. So how do I pay you? Well, you got to jump through this loop, that loop, and this loop to pay me, and you can only pay me in a specific way.
Kelly Jr. says, I don't know how. She says, don't know how.
Don't know how to tell what you do.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we can certainly cover that. Okay. What you could do, Kelly, is go to my website and buy my book.
And then you can find out why. Hey, Mo, we repping.
Yep, we rocking our Mecca Beans shirts is what we're doing. Our T-shirts. But people don't know how. Here's the first thing, too. Most people do know how if they keep in mind, let's make this easy.
Okay.
How about you just answer the question?
Okay.
What do you do for a living? Should I teach my formula here or no?
Why don't we first talk a little bit more about the problem?
Okay,
and then
the problem.
We'll have plenty of time to talk about the solution.
Sure. The problem.
Yes. What is the problem? I think one problem is people that don't know how.
Okay.
Another problem is people don't think they should.
That's another one too. But that's a painful one if you don't think you should tell what you do. Mm-hmm. And the reason why I say it's painful, imagine you're out at dinner with members of your family.
Okay.
Or you're at a family reunion, or you're around people that know you and love you real well. And then there's someone at the family bragging about the insurance policy that they just bought, or the car that they just bought, mm-hmm. or whatever service that they just hired someone for. Mm-hmm. And it just so happened to be a service that you offer.
And you didn't tell them about it.
Or they joined some network marketing organization and they're real excited about it, and they've already got 4 people in their downline and they're looking forward to rocking this business, and you've been in the network marketing organization for a year.
That same one.
And they know you and like you and would have worked with you if you had just told them about it.
Yeah, I think
that's a painful thing about being a secret agent.
Yes, it's a painful thing about being a secret agent, but there is a delicate balance, because we all know that person that tells you what they do for a living ad infinitum, whether or not you ask or need or care.
Yeah.
And nobody wants to be that guy.
Yeah, but I don't think that's as big a problem as being a secret agent.
I don't know. Because I know that I am troubled by the first, like okay, we talk about it. We've talked about it before. Like, when you see that person coming,
oh yeah,
you know that they're about to beat you over the head with what it is that they do make or sell.
That's true. And there are some people, when you look at the phone, like, oh God, I can't take that call.
Right.
Because no matter what you tell them, like, I have a great friend, and he's in a network marketing company, and does financial services, network marketing company. and I can't have any conversations with him because I know every single conversation has to go down that road, and he won't let it go.
Everything's going to lead back to, and you should buy my...
Yep, and even I say, brother, look, every conversation can't be about this. He goes, you're absolutely right. I said, look, my plate is completely full, man. I can't do anything else, and I don't want to do anything else. I like what's on my plate. You're right, man. Keep doing what you're doing, Brian. You're great what you're doing. But look, in addition to all those things, you don't even have to do anything extra. Just tell me about it. Has anyone else had that person?
I don't know. Hey, James, how you doing? Thanks for joining us. We're talking about being a secret agent, and how do you, in a compelling way, share what you do
without oversharing what you do?
Without oversharing what you do, or exactly oversharing, without being bothersome.
Now, that whole concept of you're damned if you do and you're damned if you don't. Actually, I'm of the opinion you're really only damned if you don't.
And that's because if you are doing something or selling something or offering something that is important,
right,
then you are committing
the sin of the desert.
The sin of the desert. I set you up.
You did set me up. The sin of the desert. And this goes back to, is selling your service is something that you do to people or for them.
Right.
If it's something that you do for them, you kind of owe it to them to share what you do. If something you're doing to them, then you could feel that way. But anyway, the way you know if you're doing it for them, if you know they're better off after having your services, after hiring you or buying from you, if you know that they're better off because they've done it, now you're doing something for them. But the sin of the desert is when you know where the water is, but won't tell anyone else. Mm-hmm. You know where the solution is, but for whatever reason, you're keeping it to yourself.
And that's what the secret agents are doing, right? That's what we presume the secret agents are doing, and some unwittingly so.
And that's the worst part about it. Whether you're doing it unwittingly, whether you're doing it out of fear, whether you're not telling people what you do because you don't know how, it really doesn't matter why. There's still the crime. You're still committing a crime. Whatever the reason is, doesn't matter.
Well, we're going to make this a brief episode today, so we've only got about 7 minutes left. So why don't you go ahead and tell a compelling, quick, easy to understand way to not be a secret agent.
Okay. A couple of things real quickly. First off, everyone that knows you and loves you already must at least have an idea of what you do. Mm-hmm. So if the people that already know and love you don't know what you do, then that needs to be a campaign of yours.
So the first people that you want to let know what you do
are the people that already know and love you.
Do they have to buy from you?
Nope.
Do they have to want to buy from you?
Nope. And you almost don't care if they do or not. Matter of fact, don't even ask them.
Okay.
What you're doing is you want to sell through the people that know and love you. In case you know of anyone who. Mm-hmm. In case you know of anyone who could benefit from da-da-da-da. Okay. You're not asking them to hire you. You're not asking them to buy from you. And you don't want them to feel that way.
That's good. And James Penn responded, that's good, to them or for them. That's a good differentiation.
Yes.
So I think that's really important.
What's up, James? I like James a lot. I'm a big fan of James.
Big fan?
Yes.
Awesome.
Yep.
I don't know James yet.
I know him, but you will. You'll meet him at some point.
Okay. So go ahead and tell us how to do that in an easy way. Remember, you don't have a lot of time.
Okay, cool.
Because I don't want to be bothered with your soliloquy.
Well, let's role play it.
Okay.
Now, I think what you're setting me up for is for someone that you're just meeting.
Yes.
Okay, this is someone you're just meeting.
Just meeting.
Okay, cool. So that's what you set me up for. We're just meeting, and let's say we're talking in a friendly way, like at a coffee shop or at a mixer or whatever.
Yes.
Okay?
Mm-hmm.
So, Lisa, what is it that you do for a living?
I don't know.
Well, ask me back what I do for a living.
Brian, what do you do for a living?
Well, Lisa, you know how there are so many people that are out here in business for themselves or business in general, and they have great services to offer. But a lot of them, they're only vague at how to sell it. And because they're only vague at how to sell it, they don't earn nearly the money that they could. And because of that, what I do is I help those folks to actually sell their services better than they ever had before. And I do it through my coaching services so that they can earn more money than they ever had before. It's a simple formula. I use 3 parts to it.
Wait. That's what you would say to them, right? Up to there, right? Yeah. Up to that point. That took you 39 seconds.
39 seconds, and I fumbled all over.
And and I think that if you are committed to 39. If you're meeting someone for the first time, you can give them 39 seconds for their commercial.
And if you had less than that, let's say you were getting in the car and leaving, and someone said, "What do you do for a living?"
Yes.
Well, then I would just do the third part. I would just do the ending.
Okay.
I help make sure that people earn more money than they ever have before by selling their services.
Awesome.
That's what I would do.
So now explain that formula. You've got 4 minutes.
I can do it in less than that. Okay?
Good.
I can do it in 2.
Good.
3-part formula. When someone asks you what you do for a living, first thing you do is you introduce into the conversation a problem that your service solves, and it needs to sound like an easy to agree upon problem.
Yes.
You know how, and introduce a problem. And what you're looking for is them to agree upon the problem. Once they agree upon the problem, yes, any kind of agreement. Once they agree upon the problem, then you transition people. Well, what I do is you paint yourself as a solution to the problem. Well, what I do is I solve that problem through my services, is what you're trying to convey. The last part is the most important part, the ending, so that they can. You do all this cool stuff so that they can what?
So that they can what? And that's the big, most important part.
Yes, the great big benefit or the great big payoff of working with you.
So James has written some stuff, and I don't have my glasses on, and I have my... So I'm going to try to read... Well, no, I'm not going to read it like that. So he says that the emotional rules of sharing, emotionally detach yourself from the outcome, be yourself, and bring your passion. Posture is important. Are all things that you've talked about in some of your workshops. It is important that you convey that you are the solution to their problem.
Yes,
absolutely.
And he's absolutely
Thank
right.
You, James.
But you have to, first off, you have to believe it for real. Because you can't fool anybody.
Yeah, it's got to be real. It's got to be real.
So if you believe it for real, and your physiology does matter, because this showmanship matters too.
Right.
Lights, camera, action, and everyone in the room is looking at you.
Okay. I like his little quip that he puts at the end.
Let's
and I
hear
really appreciate all of your involvement, James. We're going to have to make this a call-in show, right?
Do it.
He says, it's not the lyrics to the song, but the music in your voice.
I like it.
The solution for someone they know, Flo Ward says. And that's exactly right. Because when you mentioned initially that you are selling not to them, but through them. So
that's the people you know and love already.
The people that you know and love already, right? You want them to understand what it is that you're doing. Hey, Bill Franklin, we love you. You want to be able to let them understand what it is that you're doing in a way that they can immediately begin to visualize someone that could actually need what it is that you have to offer. And then they can effectively share what it is that you do, the solution that you bring, with the person that needs your stuff.
And you do that best by sharing the great big benefit of you and your services.
Absolutely.
You sound like a prodigy, young lady.
I am. I ended up marrying my coach.
That was good. That was really good. I like it.
Thank you. Well, we only got like a minute left because we don't want to keep everybody's time. James Fenn says, that was great, Brian. Brian is great, James. I thank you for saying so. He's amazing. And I think that everyone who has the opportunity to just have 10 or 15 minutes with the sales coach himself, my husband, Brian K. McNeil, should take advantage of that. You can actually call and get a brief 15-minute consultation with him, although I know that I'm putting him on the spot. I didn't let him know I was going to do this. Why don't you give your phone number? My phone number is 919-345-4893. That's 919-345-4893. Last thing I want to say to you folks here, enjoy the process. Enjoy sharing what you do. You're not paying the process, you enjoy the process. It doesn't matter their response, but what does matter is that you do your work. Absolutely. And I am Lisa Santiago McNeil. And I'm Brian Keith McNeil, and this has been fun. This has been great. 895themix.com. Check us out about last night. We'll be on your TuneIn radio app or online at 895themix.com. And I guess we'll come back and hang out with you guys again on Facebook Live. Thank you for joining us. Have an amazing day.